Collective reading. Who's pushing your buttons and how to navigate that? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another collective reading. So today we are going to do something a little bit different, as usual. So really, maybe it's not different. We are going to visit the people who are trying to push your buttons, hot buttons, okay? So let's get some good energy, some good juju here. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping in. For those of you that are repeat offenders, I appreciate your time, your interest, energy, all of it. Let me move this aside. And we will get going. Show me what I need to see. Who is trying to push your buttons? For the collective here, show me what I need to see. For the collective, who's trying to push your buttons, and show me now. Okay. Let's see if this will come in on camera. Barely, huh? All right. More about who's trying to push your buttons. Show me now. I know the lighting in here is pretty bad. Sorry, guys. Okay. And with that, I just got a smoke response. Very linear when I pull that card. So that would be the Nine of Wands. I looked at the bottom of the deck, and I have the Star, so we're going to take her as well. And we're going to put her right there. So, of course, this is reading for many different people. Everything is not going to fit your situation. Take what resonates and toss the rest. No big deal. So this is someone who you could be defensive towards. Someone who, as I'm looking at, they could legit have some physical things about them. You know, such as like an amputee or limited mobility or some health issues. It could even be mental health issues. But for whatever reason, I'm going to say you've been defensive with this person, or you have had to. And I think also that this person has placed themselves kind of in a victim modality, in a victim way, sort of like, oh, look at me, you know, I'm always and I need, and things like that. And it's not that their needs are not legitimate, and that's what makes it even more nefarious. It's the fact that they're exploiting their own needs in order to create sympathy to manipulate and push your buttons, okay? And there is definitely a need for healing right here. But whatever the case may be, that is, I guess, the how. How are they pushing your buttons is trying to get through and trying to manipulate or incite within you a lot of sympathy, okay? And I feel like they do this with many people, not just you. And there could be an element of like fantasy about them, not rooted, not grounded, a little bit of head in the clouds. But most of all, what I see in this card is this person doesn't really want to see anything. Like if you point anything out to them, or you tell them that kind of makes them uncomfortable, or, you know, let's give you like a situation here. an idea. So this person could be like, well, I don't have, let's see, I don't have a car, and that's a legit thing, and maybe they broke their foot, or they, can't get around, or they don't have the support that they have, and yet, they want to kind of lean on you. But when you look at it further, they do have transportation, let's say, like provided by their insurance and things like that. So if they were to call an insurance, they can get transportation to and from different places. They can get maybe, food delivery or assistance or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of different options. But really, it's the desire for you to do it, or things like that, just to get what they want, basically. So those are like different ideas for you. And I'm feeling right here like there's a great need for healing. And I feel like this isn't just one, like, once again, it's not just you. This is almost like something that plagues this person. They do it out of habit, out of second nature, and they don't even think about like, oh, this is manipulating, or this is what I'm really trying to do. It's just, I feel like it's almost like their pathway into their heart chakra is what I'm hearing, for some way, somehow. Now, the interesting part about people that, push our buttons, it could be done in many, many different reasons, because everybody really has different buttons to push, of course. I mean, no one person is the same. You can't really get under their skin in the same way. So I feel like this person is like well-versed and very well skilled. If you look, they have many different cups and many different ways to really achieve that end goal, which is to kind of get whatever it is that they want. It could be, again, like a poor me mentality. And it could be exploiting their own weaknesses and kind of exaggerating things to the point where they elicit an emotion in you. And that's one idea, one major idea. Sorry, it took me so long to really wrap my head around that. But that was difficult to explain. It could be, a lot of many things. Griselle, here we go. Moving on. This was so difficult. I just woke up, so bear with me here until my caffeine kicks in. Now, we have here our little dartboard. I'm going to go ahead and do charms, okay? So let's do some charms and get a little bit more of a perception as to what is going on. If your ears are sensitive, or if you have earbuds, please take them out or lower them momentarily. And I'm going to mix from this in 4, 3, 2, 1. So what else do we need to see about this person, the situation? What is going on here for the collective? Maybe get a couple more. Okay. Well, it's funny. We've got the echo, the star right here, landed on the 16, closer to the bullseye. We also have the Empress right here. I think she is so pretty. So I feel like this is somebody who is an Empress by themselves, but usually I find it hard to believe that they're like in lower energy. So more than likely you are the Empress or the Emperor, and that could be somebody who's really self-sufficient. I feel like you can really pop in and out of roles quite easily, whether you need to be like the Queen of Swords or the King of Swords, or, it's somebody likes blunt to the point, or if you need to be in your water element or whatever the case may be. But this is somebody who is used to really triggering you. Gosh, that makes sense right now with the, the 9 of Wands right here. It's just a trigger, and they utilize whatever it is that they can to really, set off your sympathetic nervous system. So things like that would be like your fight, your flight, your flee, or your fawn responses. And so whenever we feel personally in danger or attacked, or kind of like the bullseye is right on you, then we have those general responses. It's you're going to either fight, You're going to run, which would be the flight. Fight, flight, flee. I think those are the same things. And fawn. Well, anyways, you get the gist of it right here. But, and then fawn would be just trying to get their sympathy or, I don't know, fawning over this person, like, oh, and I can't believe, and let me do this for you, let me help you, and those things can be genuine, but when you're fawning, it's to the point where you're doing it as a self-preservation thing. So it's not necessarily a genuine, let me help, or let me this or that. It's you're falling into some kind of a role. Interesting. I heard the word or mentorship. So this person could have like groomed you for a long time to be able to respond like that. Anyways, so what else do we have? We have the echo of the star right here. A need for rebalancing. Oh, what is that? Check this out. This is so cool. I wish the lighting was better in here. Someday I'll figure it out. Not today. So we have read and understand the whole contract. And so I feel like there's a need for you to, stop, drop, and roll. There's a need to go ahead and kind of reevaluate. It's like if this person's pushing your buttons, if you feel a certain way, if you feel like you want to run away, if you want to fight them, or if you want to kind of like fawn, if you're acting out of character and unlike yourself, chances are there's need to pause and really kind of think things through and wonder why. And so this is telling me that you have with this person, and it could be anybody. This could be a sibling. This could be a teacher. This could be a mentor even. A friend, a frenemy, any one of those things. So I'm going to propose to you that there is a need to reevaluate, read and understand the whole contract, and kind of take a look at things, and what is your contract? Well, what is a contract? It's a contract of, this person, let's say, is a friend of mine, and they've been a long friend of mine, and that's our contract, and I can't break the contract because that's what friends do. We are here for each other, and they've always been this way. And that would be more the freeze. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Fight, flight, freeze. Or fawn. Okay. But anyways, so that's the whole thing, is like, if you're willing to go ahead and freeze indefinitely because you have an outmoded contract or a contract that needs to be reevaluated. And the said contract would be, okay, that's my friend. I've known them since 6th grade, 5th grade, whatever the case may be. And they've always been this way. And I just kind of like let them have their way because it's not a big deal to me. Okay. Or another scenario, I had a friend who, I let them basically like call the shots or whatever the case may be. And, it just wasn't a big deal to me. But then it just got really, oppressive when I would express myself. And it just wasn't for me. The energy wasn't there. So I had to reevaluate and see if that was right for me and if it was good for me. And it wasn't. So I changed the contract. No contract is meant to stay forever. So if things are not working for you, then it's time to reevaluate, reassess. And we have to take responsibility. It's like we need to speak up more or, stand our ground more. And maybe we need to go through different phases here. If you're like me, it's like we want to try everything until we kind of sever ties. Then, you do what you need to do. So if you want to try to, talk it out, fight it out, or kind of distance yourself, which would be part of the flight, response. Or if you want to, the fawning method is not really going to work for this person because they're going to eat it up and you're going to be left bone dry. You're going to be left with like no resources for yourself. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but moving on right here. So we have the lungs, and it's like, this is almost like, I'm hearing like breath of fresh air, but not so much. Now, to me, this looks like a screw, the center of it. And then we have one side that's blooming and one side that just, I don't know, looks regular, I'm guessing. I'm no lung expert. But I feel like this is also just talking about, I heard, take my breath away. So it could be that this person even makes you stop breathing. When we get nervous or we get in that fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, I find personally that I hold my breath. When I get anxious, I hold my breath. So It's going to be a really good thing for you to just go ahead and breathe deeply, like when you inhale, and then inhale one more time again in succession, and then exhale. And you do that 3 times repetitively, and that will really help your parasympathetic system to kick in order to kind of relax you, that way that you're not in the triggered position or the triggered mode. So you can actually kind of like gain your bearings again. And physically, you'll definitely feel it as well. Okay, so what else do we have? Fresh boy tears. Okay, so this could be somebody that's crying over you. This almost looks like spilt milk, and or you could be crying over them, or it's caused a lot of tears. And what is that? This is amazing, but I don't know exactly what it is. Okay. And it could be also that they have this like weird thing where if they see you upset or crying, it could be that it's amazing to them. Like they get excited. This person could really want to drink coffee. It says coffee is my blood type. Or love coffee, or something about coffee, or collect coffee paraphernalia like cool mugs or whatever the case may be. Or you could, but I'm looking at even like the transfusion thing. And coffee, what is coffee? It's generally thought of as anyways is like an artificial fuel. And if you look at it, that's interesting to me. And it's like, okay, you might be led to one of the last couple of readings I did, which talked about like a blood transfusion for one, or something like that. I can't remember what I called it. But this could be saying that, they're trying to utilize you because coffee is my blood type. And it's like all of a sudden, oh, you're my blood type and I can utilize your energy, your resources, your thoughts, whatever. And, it's once again to kind of reiterate, I know you guys are smart and you can articulate this a lot better than I can. My brain's like all of a sudden fuzzy. But I'm going to say it's just pretty much like that kid that wakes up that needs to go to school. Let's say you have a teenager and they wake up and they need to go to school, and all of a sudden they're just feeling like a slight tiny little bit of like a sore throat or a tiny little bit of a headache. And all of a sudden the magnitude of it is like, oh my gosh, I can't get out of bed. I'm so sick and I can't, in order to get what they want, which is to stay home and play video games or stay home, be on their phones, whatever. You get the point. And what be this? So it's hard to see on camera, but this is someone looking towards a past. So it could be a couple of different ways. And when I said that, I have this right here, La Pepes, which I'm probably horribly butchering that accent right there. But this is, the, Griselle, use your words today. What is going on? This person can sometimes even leave you speechless. Sometimes it's like you don't even know what to say or how to express it. And and they have absolutely no sympathy or no heart towards you. It's all about them. It's all about their health and their, mental faculties or their situation. And there's nothing in it for you. I even see like that one, that valet. And I'm sorry, going back, this is a high priestess. So everything that is in your gut that resonates, that says, yeah, that's this person that's been pushing my buttons, whether it's a brother, a mother, a teacher, a friend, or a frenemy, whatever the case may be. It's like they're utilizing their weaknesses and kind of exploiting them to generate sympathy, and manipulate is my point. So, and once again, I'm not saying that they don't have like real needs and it's a real thing, but they really exaggerate how helpless they are. So I need to know, Yeah, and they're trying to get their life's blood out of you. It's almost like you are my fuel. Without you, I can't go anywhere. Am I okay? Yeah, and I'm sensing even like, I feel like this person has some mental health issues as well. Some deep-seated. I feel like this person has been diagnosed with some mental health issues that they have not told you about. And a part of it is, yeah, to hide from you what their mental health diagnosis is. Another part of it is like they don't believe it, they don't want to accept the diagnosis. So however that fits. If you feel in your gut that this is, you know, true to your story, then that's what it is. I'm going to go ahead and move these right here. But again, there is a need to reevaluate your contract. This has not been working for you for a long time. For a lot of you guys, this is a long-standing thing. Like, anywhere from like 7 to 9 years this has been going on. But for a lot of you guys, this is like more like the whole time that you've known this person, somehow you've fallen into this pattern. And they're quite open about their needs or areas that they need help with. And it seems like it's an openness, but it's more, let's exploit it so that I really, you know, can one up and get what it is that I need. So for a lot of you guys, this has made you kind of freeze, not knowing. But a lot of you guys, I feel like you're in the fawn mode where it's like, oh, wow, I can't believe, you know, that's happened. And then you try the flight where you avoid. And when you do come to this person, it's all about like fawning and giving them what they need because you think that giving them what they need is going to really solve the problem. But really it's not, because it's an insatiable hunger on their part. And that goes back to, and I hope this is making sense to someone, but it goes back to, once again, if you don't fuel yourself, your mental, emotional, physical needs, and you rely upon other people to really create that fuel. For example, let's talk about loneliness. If you are, you know, constantly lonely and you're creating situations to bring people towards you or to you, to force situations, to, you know, generate sympathy, to generate somebody like being generous with you, money-wise or time-wise or whatever other resources, and that's just not healthy. And it's a hunger that's never going to go away because you haven't addressed the real issues. So I feel like they do have the, you know, this mental health issue, and I feel like it's several things that they're not being open with, that they've been long diagnosed with, that they damn well know that there is merit to this diagnosis, because it's not like only 1 or 2 or 5 doctors that have said this to them. And I'm not knocking the mental health community or anyone else who has like physical ailments or anything like that. The whole point to this reading is just being aware that people can be exploitive, even people that you would not think, okay? Yeah, I'm not sure how much I should say, but I guess I can give examples from my own life. You know, another thing would be, for example, I have a friend who has a special needs daughter, and you know, she's amazing and we laugh, we get along, and it's great. But I've noticed also that she gets away with murder, you know, by denying things or trying to kind of do things that she knows she shouldn't be doing. And then when she gets called out on it, she gets upset. You know, but that's a part of it. And there's a line between, you know, having some genuine disabilities and exploiting it. And I can tell when sometimes she's, you know, exploiting, and I'll ask her and I'm like, hey, did you know that wasn't a good idea? And you know, your mom kind of told you this and you did that instead. And that was, you know, dangerous, or that was, you've talked about many times. And so why did you do that? And she's like, yeah, I know that wasn't a good thing. I just wanted to. So it could be anything. It could be anything like that. So what else do we have? If you're in this fawn mode, keep in mind that no matter how much you give to this person or these people, because it could be even up to a few people, if you have a pattern of giving into this, I feel like this is not the only energy to be doing that. that you've been involved with or rehearsing, trying to break away from responses like this, then you need to, kind of reevaluate where you stand and take a look at what other people's hunger is. Take a look at what other people's hunger is, because that will help you. Yeah. And so I don't play darts anymore, but this is like closer to the bullseye, and that is, the number one. A lot of you guys just have one person, one predominant person that is doing this. Someone, and another of you is like early in your journey, and you're starting to notice that you're easily exploited. Whenever you kind of like turn around, you're like, wow, I can't believe they used me for that or this. And it seems to be happening left and right. I wouldn't say up to 16 people, but I feel like numerous times. And that actually goes back to maybe the 7 of this card. Okay. So what else do we have? Yeah. So we have the number 15 right here, which reduces to 6. And the more that you're aware of it, the more that you gain control, self-control. This is about balance. But you could also be relying upon like the approval of other people. And that's going to be really, really big. Because when I think about the number 6, for some reason, I always think about 6 of Wands and people that have been kind of through it, that are being celebrated by the community, their friends, their family, things like that. And it really makes me think that maybe perhaps you have given yourself over to the approval of other people versus the approval of yourself. Self-approval. Again, I hope that this makes sense to someone, because I know I'm a little bit kind of all over the place. So I apologize for that. I'm going to say that you have a lot of intuition. Like if you get really solid and you start feeling a really strong emotion, whether, this person's like, well, you don't care about me. Don't you see that like I'm missing a limb and I don't have a vehicle and I have this appointment here and I can't believe that you can't, just take me. And you feel like, oh my gosh, that, why wouldn't I be able to take them? And all of a sudden you get your tail twisted, your panties in a knot, whatever you want to call it. That's a time to just really stop and kind of reevaluate and think, does this happen often? Make a journal if you need to, and cite instances where you felt like really kind of, you had to be the overcomer of crisis for someone else, or, you had to be the person that intervenes for them in order to advocate or to help them out, when they can just really dial the number on their card and set those things up beforehand, because they know that they have those benefits, and they have resources and other people that are willing to help. And unfortunately, this person doesn't really understand that they can achieve the same thing in a cleaner, more honest way, in a way that honors their own soul journey, and in a way that honors you and everyone else around them, by just being upfront and not trying to pull puppet strings on everyone around them. Now, this is cool because I happen to be playing with these cards while I was talking, and I have the sweetheart here. So this says, you live from love, seeing the divinity and love from beneath the surface, and shaping others' worlds and experiences through the perception of the heart. And I look at this and it's like, okay, she is a total sweetheart, but I feel like you, whether you're she, he, I don't care, or they, them, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. We don't read sex on this channel. We do read energy. I feel like that energy is being exploited because you are a sweetheart. But you know what? There is a way to confront things, address things, and still be the sweetheart. But you're going to have to be really direct, because this person is really used to getting their own way. And maybe they have like puppeteered you for a long time. And I know that that's not a term that you guys are going to really enjoy. I don't enjoy them either. But you really have to sit down and reevaluate, like, where are you in this? This person, I mean, you're going to play, it's almost like playing tic-tac-toe with somebody who is playing chess. You're not on the same playing field. So you're going to have to sit, kind of regroup and figure out, okay, well, the last 5 times my interaction with this person, what were they talking about? What were they trying to do? Were they trying to elicit sympathy, or trying to push your buttons to make you mad? Or were they trying to, I don't know, get you to, fawn over them? I mean, what exactly was their motive? And I would write that down. Okay, they're trying to get me to be their transportation at the last minute, or to be responsible. They were trying to get me to feel, a certain way about their dilemma, which they were trying to force into being an emergency on your part. It was totally presentable. Yeah. Preventable. Hello, use your words, G. Okay, when I look down at this deck again, I have the chameleon. So this person is going to kind of blend, shift, bob, and weave regardless, in order not to be detected. So it says being a chameleon allows you to be able to mingle with different kinds of people and develop various aspects of yourself. Just be careful not to lose a real you. But I don't feel like this is, that intent. I feel like they just kind of blend in wherever, and then they're going to pop up and pop off however it's beneficial to them. So think about that, and what benefit do they have of making you mad, for example? Do they know, like, when you're mad, you're just like, here, just F it, here's the money, or fine, here's your ride, or, and, I've done that too. So you're going to find the answers when you start really looking at their MO, and that way you can counteract it. And it's like, well, they're always trying to get me mad. Oh, that's interesting, because when I get mad, I just like throw them a wad of cash and I walk away and they get what they want, and I get, I'm left feeling used, or whatever the case may be. So things like that, you're going to want to take a look at. Now, here we go. I did shuffle behind the camera, but it is what it is. We have La Justice. Why am I making funny accents? I have no idea. Basically, La Justicia, the justice card. So this could be Libra. But this could be like fighting for a cause, standing up. This is not taking any prisoners. Okay. So it is a number 11. And I always think about reduces number 2, which really talks about your personal power, right? Personal power, balance, also the ability to juggle things, to maybe look and act in a certain way that is going to rebalance everything. And I think that that's really what's warranted and what's needed. And let's see if we can get a couple more ideas on how you can really address this person. I didn't think I was going to pull the Kipper card, but, well, first I want to find out, like, how they utilize this to manipulate. Show me more. And I'm sorry, this has been a little bit, I feel sludgy with this. So you guys could be feeling tired, feeling foggy, feeling like you don't really have a lot of answers when you're dealing with this, or almost like I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. And honestly, if you kind of journal your experience with this person or these people, or you do bullet points, this person called me up and they needed help with this situation. And if you look at it realistically, are there other people around that can assist? And do they, give you ample time? Are they trying to disrupt your own schedule? I mean, what exactly is going on here? And take a look at the thumbs that they're trying to press to you, at the pressure. Show me what I need to see. Oh my gosh, my stomach's like, arr, arr. Show me what I need to see. For the collective, show me what I need to see. And if you're liking these kind of readings, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe, if you feel led. Show me what I need to see. How's this person pushing buttons, please? Or a little bit more information about this, and show me now. The wealthy man. Show me what I need to see. How's this person pressing buttons, and show me now. Marriage and unexpected income. So I kind of feel like this person, pardon me, just really, they could say stuff like, oh, I'm really glad you got that raise and that things are going really well for you. But you hear the underlying tone of, what have you done for me lately? So that's, some ways on how it's going to manifest, and some ways that you're going to be like, oh, okay, here we go, and it's going to be up to you to kind of put a stop and bring a balance back to everything, order as well. And an element of healing. So you're going to have to create boundaries. You're going to have to reinforce boundaries. Unexpected income right here is, you know, just that. It's like they're kind of wanting fortune from you because they consider you wealthy and they feel like, hey, we're married, whether this is family or whatever the case may be, friends. It's like we have a contract, but what they don't realize is that that contract was up for evaluation. It was found lacking. And there's a need to change things up. So I will leave you with that. I hope that that made sense to you, and much love to you, much healing. Thank you so much for your time, and namaste.